Near 1,600 years ago, the land of the Danes was being terrorized by a man-eating monster. This monster was Grendel. He couldn't stand the peacefulness within the Danes, so he wreaked havoc among them. Many tried to bring him down, but none could hurt him. No weapons could break his flesh. No one stood a chance. This went on for 12 years, and the land of the Danes was seemingly helpless. Then came Beowulf, who was known as the greatest hero in the world. He lived in Geatland, a realm not far from the Danes. He heard of the tales of destruction wrought by Grendel, then decided to travel there to help the Danes defeat him.
A watchman spotted Beowulf's ship and escorted him to the king, Hrothgar, as Beowulf requested. After Beowulf introduced himself and stated why he has come, Hrothgar remembered that he knew Beowulf's father and the tales he has heard of Beowulf and accepts Beowulf's request without hesitation. Later in the mead hall, Beowulf continues to boast about his strength and loyalty and insists on fighting Grendel unarmed and unprotected, as to not have any advantage over Grendel. A Danish warrior named Unferth is envious of the attention and admiration Beowulf is getting from his own people. He claims that Beowulf has lost a swimming race against Breca, and that he will face defeat again when he faces Grendel. Beowulf remains unruffled and notes Unferth's apparent state of drunkenness. He described in his own version of the story where he was pulled under by a sea monster that he slayed along with 8 other sea beasts. Beowulf then states that neither he nor Breca could have survived the adventure and points out his obvious helplessness against Grendel. Beowulf's confidence cheered the hall, and soon everyone was laughing and feasting. Later in the evening, the Danes leave the hall to Beowulf and his men, and Grendel was already approaching. Putrid trash. Oh man, that malfeasance. If I were to see him, I would slam his head through the floor and I would break his neck. Oh yeah, Grendel is never gonna die. You monster! No, help!
Grendel, the manslayer!
We'll be in groups of 4, since we have 16 people. So 4
Moves to 300.
You gotta keep
That's not it. It's not
doing it.
Right here.
What was that? Hey, now.
We go from the front end. No. I have to disagree.
Go to the front and we'll get
Your
murdered.
military tactics are quite questionable, if I do say so.
Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Down. Get down.
And stated why he has come. Hrothgar remembered that he knew Beowulf's father, and the tales he has heard of Beowulf.
Not gonna work.